Welcome back, everybody, to the Late Night Show with Dr. Kojo. I'm your host, Dr. Kojo, checking in live from the heart of Texas, Dallas, Texas tonight. And we're going to be talking about 3 ways to reduce impulsivity. So I got 3 tips for y'all. I am a little bit late. Shocker, nothing is new, but I'm here nonetheless, and I'm excited to get going. Uh, Keep in mind that we'll have folks tuning in live from TikTok. We can't get a TikTok comments on the screen, so TikTokers, we move them ahead left and right to keep you all a part of this live stream. As if this thing doesn't go off. All right, and are we going to Twitch or not? Hold up. It says title is invalid. Twitch, y'all are bugging. Twitch. Save. Okay. Twitch, I think we're good. My Twitchers, is that is how you call it? My Twitchers, my Twitch streamers. Gen X Mama on TikTok, how are you doing? Sveta on TikTok, how are you doing? For some reason, it would not allow your comment to come through. But what's up? Let me make sure. Okay, we may not be able to stream on Twitch. It says the title is invalid. Twitch, what's going on? 3. All right, okay. Well, if it don't work, Twitch, y'all just get this on the back end. All right, so a little blurb of myself. Feel free to use the comment section to let me know where you're checking in from, and also a little bit about yourself while I get this phone set up. As you can see, we're having some difficulty getting this thing to be set up tonight for whatever reason. Gen X Mama, you pronounce my name Sarfo. Sarfo. That's how you say it. Sarfo. I put a glass in front of this Mickey Ficky. What's going on? All right. Okay. My assistant messaged me. I'll get him later. Yeah, so Sarfo. Kelly Lynn, what's going on TikTok? Empress Nikia. What's going on? What's up? Empress Nikia is checking in from Indianapolis, Indiana. And she is a musician. What's up? Welcome to the live stream. I'm glad to have you here. I'm not sure if I've seen you here before, but I'm glad to have you here. Trish is saying, honestly, the way I impulse control now is to think of what you'd say to do. Would Kojo say do this, or maybe do what's right? Well, I hope that what I say is what's right. What I say I do think is the right thing to do. Now, what I do may not be the right thing to do, but at least I know what to say. So I know what's right. Now I just got to do it myself. Gen X Mama from TikTok is based in Ohio-based mental health and addiction therapist. Well, thank you for your attention. We are glad to have you here. Sarah Elizabeth is from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Sarah Elizabeth, we are glad to have you here. Eva White, what's going on? You know what I mean. Trisha, I know what you mean. I'm just giving you a hard time. Empress Nikia, I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy that you're catching the live stream live for the first time. A lot of people who are in my community who haven't seen me live normally catch the replay on the back end. But if you're watching this thing live, keep in mind that while you're watching this live, I mentioned every live stream, you can use this live stream to get something done. You can use this as buy doubling. You know, the clothes that you took out the dryer 3-4 days ago, you can fold them now. The dishes that are in the sink from last week, you can take care of that. The trash that you have to take out for tomorrow morning, you should probably do that right now. See, my throat doesn't want me to get those words out, but you need to hear it. You should probably do that right now, so that way it's one less thing to do in the morning. It's kind of like when you say you're going to get gas in the morning, and it's always a bad idea. If you can get gas on the way home, that's how you should do it. Brenda Liz says, I'm a mom. My son has ADHD. He's super hyper sometimes. I follow you because I've learned so much from you. Literally changed our relationship. He's only 10. Brenda Liz, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I love seeing these comments. And it lets me know that the power of social media is real and that people are benefiting from the content that I'm putting out there, which is a really good thing to feel internally. And most importantly, the relationship between you and your son is improving. So that's super cool. You know, once kids hit that 10, 11, 12 preteen stage, sometimes the mood swings, the ups and the downs, and then you throw in the ADHD. It can seem like it's a nightmare, but hopefully you're living a dream at this point. Are you near baby girl or away. I can never tell. Who's baby girl? Who's baby girl? Brenda Liz. No, thank you so much. Thank you for your attention. I really appreciate you. I really, really appreciate you. Lauren says, hot. Just pumping gas and thinking how boring it is, but essential for tomorrow. Lauren, you will be so glad that you pumped the gas tonight. I mean, I know I do this all the time. I know I'm like Kojo. Let's just get the gas on the way home because in the morning there's gonna be traffic. We're gonna be running late. We already leave the house later than we should be leaving the house. So let's just get the gas on the way home. I tell myself this every time, and every now and then I have to wait until I'm in traffic and I get to wherever I need to get to in the morning, hella late, and I'm like, all right, okay, this is the last time that I'm gonna get gas in the morning. Stunning Browns on TikTok from Virginia. How are you doing? How are you doing? I just got a notification that you're on. So Trish, I'm happy you got the notification. So I've been talking to Facebook about this for a while. They don't send notifications out when I'm going live. I don't know how to rectify this. And I have the contacts at Facebook. You know, I have my people in Meta who can work on it for me. But maybe we have to bring it up again because either people get the notification late or they don't get it at all. So yeah, I feel like I impulsively joined this live stream. Well, this is a good impulsive decision. Megan, what's going on? How are you doing? Gian says, me too. What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, did y'all just get the notification live now? Those of y'all who are watching on TikTok, Facebook, did y'all get it now? Oh, my dog. Oh, that's my baby. That's my baby Zoe. That's my baby Zoe. She's still in Georgia with the rents, with the parents. They love her. And now my dog, for the first time, is actually being nice to my grandma. My dog and my grandma, they were, but well, actually, my grandma wasn't butting heads with my dog, but my dog wouldn't appreciate my grandma. I think my dog has a thing against people who are really old or really young, because she doesn't like kids and she doesn't like older people. But hopefully, she's about to turn 4, April, May, June, in 2 months. So hopefully, she can get it together. So Sarah just got the live notification. So Sarah, you just got it right now? Ah, okay, okay. Maybe I have to go live on Facebook like so many days in a row before they turn it on. But yeah, y'all keep letting me know. Those of y'all on TikTok, you probably won't get the notification because it's going to Facebook. Megan on TikTok, thank you so much. Appreciate you. But yeah, let me know when you get the live notification because it helps me know that who isn't getting the live notification. So it's something that we gotta work on. And Megan is saying, telling Gina and Trish to turn on the Facebook notifications. It should work. Okay. And yeah, that's why my grandma's spending time with her, so my dog is becoming better. My dog is getting older. It makes me emotional because she only has so many years on this earth. But I'm not gonna jump the gun. I'm gonna appreciate the time of my dog right now. Right now. All right, let me get the. There we go. Open a new tab because I got so many tabs open. Yeah, that's an ADHD. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 tabs open. I got 20 tabs open, but I just took the 2 tabs that I needed and I put them in a new browser. So yeah. Watching on YouTube, Lauren, happy to have you here. Oh yeah, we're gonna get Zoe back very soon. Very soon. Yeah, Nika, everybody here has either ADHD or is autistic, I'm assuming. So we naturally have a lot of tabs open. What about just needing space to cool off? Is that too childish? No, Eric, there's nothing childish about needing space to cool off. That's actually a very adult thing to do. And speaking of impulsive behaviors, what is childish is speaking too quickly, acting too quickly. Depending on what you do, it can damage a relationship, put you in jail, help you lose your job. So needing space to cool off is not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Pets are good, but just make sure that it's not an impulsive decision. But sometimes when it's impulsive, it's so good because it's a pet. Daria says, I've been impulsively commenting off the cuff and responding to attacks on my interpretation of your last Narcissist Part 3 posting, and we're We are blowing it up. Oh wait. TikTok. Dylan says, "What's up, brother? What's up, brother? Special teams, special players. I have 200 tabs, Eric. we. I'll freak out if I have more than one tab. Well, okay, all right. Maybe you don't have ADHD. Maybe you don't have ADHD. If you only have one tab open, that's remarkable. Gina, this is remarkable. If you only have one tab open, that's truly remarkable. I gotta give that to you. So number one, the number one tip. What these are not in any particular order, but these are 3 tips to help you reduce impulsivity. The number one thing is having an accountability partner. So life is not meant for us to live alone. You have to have people in your circle. It could be your spouse, your friend, coworker, classmate, your child. Doesn't matter who it is, but it's helpful to have somebody that keeps us accountable. For me, my family keeps me accountable. I got 2 or 3 friends that'll keep me accountable as well. My patients keep me accountable. So it's important to have people and things that keep you accountable. Because when you want to do something, somebody who knows you can be like, "Hey, no, we tried that already. You already we already tried Bumble and it didn't work. Why are we going back to Bumble?" And I haven't read the whole comment that Megan left here, but I'm just using Bumble as an example because she said Bumble match 3, right? But if we're using Megan as an example, let's say Megan has a BFF who knows her very well, who's like, "Oh, Megan, last time we went on Bumble, you got with this person, that person, and it sent your mental health all over the place. So let's not do it this time, right?" So let me actually read what Megan said. "I have lots of issues with impulse control. I just spent way too much on Amazon, went on a Bumble matching spree, and now purchased a new Balmain bag from NM. What is wrong with me? I just got a new client. I'm a consultant, and I get into a zone and I can't stop." Well, Megan, having an accountability partner can be helpful for you. It can be key, but even without the accountability partner, it's important to realize that when you are doing all these things, right? Whether it's impulsive or whether it start out, more times than not, it's impulsive. But there's a certain emotion behind the action that you're taking. There's an emotion that you're feeling, and there's a desired emotion. So you probably feel frustrated or sad or depressed, or you're in angst, and you want to feel happy. You want to feel joy. You want to feel excited. And when you want to feel a certain way, you do things. And if you don't have time to think it through, you'll do whatever to feel that way. And when you buy that new bag, or when you go on Bumble and you match with a whole bunch of people, it makes you feel really good in the moment. But some of those decisions can lead to, sadness, pain, or just frustration or irritability later on after the fact. So it's important to, when you make these decisions, just take a pause and ask yourself, okay, how do I feel in this moment? And what did I feel prior to making this decision? And we're going to talk about that too, because this right here, Megan, this is, first of all, I got to give you some credit because you're very transparent. But now that you've identified the impulsive decisions, you're like 50%, you're almost there. You're halfway to solving this problem because you identified the problem. You can't take care of a problem that you can't identify. So you're doing better than you think. You're doing better than you think. Let me see. Right, and then this causes financial stress. Uh, Libby, Libby says, "Well, if your accountability partner is ADHD and impulsive too, well, I think that would still work out because you know why? Because your accountability partner knows what you go through because they do it themselves. So then that means that you can be their accountability partner, right? So they'll help you from, they'll stop you from buying shoes and buying, a new car or whatever it is. And likewise, you can help them with their behaviors. So I think if they're also impulsive, it could actually be a match made in heaven. But it almost sounds like, they'll encourage you to just do whatever. This is a good one. I just got here. I can be super impulsive, sometimes for good, sometimes not so good. And look, impulsive decisions can be good sometimes, but the majority of the time is not what we want. All right. I collected 8 children over the weekend, just randomly. That's impulsive. You collected 8 children. Do you work at a daycare? Uh, just trying to get some context with that. To counteract impulsiveness, I take a nap. If you sleep, you can't be disruptive. Aaliyah, this is actually not a bad thing, depending on where you're at and you know what ability you have in that current moment. You might not be able to, take a nap if you're in the middle of a workday, but taking a nap if you're stressed, that could beat the impulsive decision that you were going to do. Having multiple accountability partners is even better. Yeah, Jennifer, if they have ADHD, they understand. And if you have more than one, then I think that's helpful too. The bad thing about this one, though, I have a lot of kills in the house, and I don't clean up the mess. Oh, okay, you work at, or you bring the daycare to home, I think. So Megan and Libby are supposed to be accountability. Why can't I say that word today? I need somebody to hold me accountable so I can say the word accountability. But now Megan and Libby are accountability partners, but they're going to go make an impulsive decision together. We recognize it now, but when we were young, we were known by the local police. Police in Washington State, watch out. Oh, shop. Yo, wow. I'm critical enough of myself to represent probably 4 other people. And Gina, this is true for a lot of people. So you have to understand, you got to give yourself some grace. Nobody gets through this life without making a couple of impulsive decisions. Like it's a part of life. We are all going to make impulsive decisions in the future. But you don't want that to be a theme in your life. Because when it's a theme in your life, more than likely you're being led off of emotion. So based off of how you're feeling on a certain day, you do a certain thing. And you don't want to be a slave to your emotions because then you feel like you can't trust yourself. And then you're not sure where you're headed. Thankful for my accountability partners. Why can't I say that word today? We're our own worst critic. That is true. That's definitely true. Someone on TikTok says, kids are ADHD myself as well. Ask them tonight if you can have a better dopamine choice. All right. The second way to reduce impulsivity, and this is kind of like what Megan did not too long ago. Oh, so Chantel, no daycare. Okay, this is making sure. Let me see. I was blowing up my phone. Blowing up my phone when I'm on live. I'm trying to be on the live stream right now. Write down the impact of the impulsive decisions. So earlier in this stream, Megan wrote down. Let me see what she wrote. All right. So I'm going to click what Megan wrote just to use it as an example. But Megan listed out, the impulsive decisions, but not quite the impact of the impulsive decisions. So this step right here is telling you to do what Megan did, but take it a step further. We're going to write down, and it might be easier to start by writing the impulsive decisions on sheet paper, and underneath that, you write down the impact of those decisions. So if we're using Megan's, information here as an example, we will go with this. All right, so I spent way too much on Amazon. What's the impact of that? Oh, now I'm behind my budget. Not fun. Want a Bumble matching spree. What's the impact of that? Now there's 4, 5, 6, 7 guys that you have to, communicate with, and it's an extra burden on you. It takes up your time. Purchase a new Balmain bag. That goes back to the first point. Spending way too much on Amazon. So now we're tight on money. We're tight on time. And then you're frustrated because now you're beating yourself up too. So this is the impact of these impulsive decisions. So when you see how much is impacting you, you're like, all right, okay, cool. The next time I have a similar feeling, because we're keeping track of all these feelings and emotions. The next time I have a similar feeling, instead of spending way too much on Amazon, I feel like I gotta buy something, but I can't buy $300 worth of stuff. So I'm going to go to the dollar store and pick out a couple of things. Now, the dollar stores nowadays, each item is like $5. So when I was growing up, a dollar store was a true dollar store. You can go in there and buy one thing with $1.06. Now everything at the dollar store is like $5. So I'm not sure if it's a true dollar store. But if you just have to spend, go to the dollar store and you know you might be able to find something. A couple of items comes up to be $17. 17 beats 1700, right? Uh, Went on a Bumble matching spree. And Megan, thank you for allowing me to use you as an example because you're an OG here in this community. So we're locked in like that. Bumble matching spree. Okay, what emotion led to that? I felt bored. I downloaded the app, or I just started swiping like left to right, whichever way is the right way. I just started swiping, and I matched up with all these guys, but it took up all my time, and then I felt like I had to get back to them, and I just got frustrated, so I deleted the app. All right, the next time you feel the emotion that led you to download Bumble or to make you go to swipe crazy, when you feel that emotion, you can say, okay, I feel lonely. I feel like I want to be heard. I feel like I want to be around somebody. I want intimacy. I want whatever. You want sex, whatever the case is. Say, okay, all right, cool. This is how I feel. Instead of wasting my time, I can go jog. I can go for a run. I can get some exercise in. But this is how you step by step address these issues, right? There's a method to the madness. They're closed at the dollar stores. I get pets on impulse. I went to the shelter. I adopted a dog. I love her though, but that was so not planned. I was supposed to be visiting. So this is interesting because a lot of the people who I know who've done a similar thing, they all love their dogs and they all stand by their decision to get the dog. So I'm not telling y'all on TikTok and on Facebook to go impulsively buy dogs or adopt a dog, but this is one of those times where you end up liking this decision. Still, in the future, think things through. But I don't think I've met somebody who's impulsively adopted a dog who wasn't happy with it. Now, are you stressed? Yeah. And Elliot says, now I'm working to pay for 30 pounds of dog food. Yeah, so you're stressed. But I mean, if that dog is your baby, you know how we get attached to our dogs. If that dog is your baby, that dog is your baby. Jennifer says, I'm very thankful for my accountability partners. Accountability partners. We make sure we are making rational decisions, eat, stay hydrated, and try to keep from not making bad impulsive decisions. So Jennifer has a couple of accountability partners that help her make rational decisions. That's an amazing idea. The more people you have in your circle like this. Now, the only thing that beats an accountability partner is an accountability group, a group of folks who all keep each other accountable. And that's amazing because now we all know that we're bringing value to the group because maybe we can make it a group chat. In fact, you know what I thought about? I just came up with a brilliant new idea. So for those of us who have ADHD specifically, but I mean BPD or most mental health conditions impact your ability to make or not make impulsive decisions. But for those of us who struggle with this, what about creating a group chat with 3-4 of your closest friends and call it accountability group for impulsivity? And anytime you want to do something that's impulsive, you drop it in there, and then now you get the other guys and girls to weigh in on that, and then they'll say, "Hey, well, hold up. The last time you say you're going to the mall to buy something, or you say you're going to Target to just spend 30 minutes in there, you walked out with $500 worth of stuff. So this time, instead of going to Target with your credit card or your debit card, go to the ATM and take out $60 because you said you wanted to get a couple of school supplies, so it shouldn't cost more than $60. So now you go to Target, you only got $60 on you. Now, of course, we have Apple Pay and stuff like that, but don't think about that. Or maybe go to Walmart. Go to Walmart because I can't tell you. It happened today. I was at Walmart and I got into a habit of using Apple Pay. I buy like 12 things from Walmart. Total is like 100 and maybe $30. And I realized I don't have my wallet on me. And at Walmart, you can't use Apple Pay. So I'm like, okay, I did it again. I've done this over and over. This is a theme in my life. Walmart needs to, whoever operates and owns Walmart, please allow us to use Apple Pay. I'm begging you, please. I'm begging. Jenna, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I have a Australian mini Australian Shepherd, Zoe Shiesty. Tony, my day was good. I had a good day today. Fairly productive. Got good sleep last night. So I feel good. Feel good today. It's my rest day from the gym. I don't like that. I like being able to go every day, but you gotta put some rest days in there so your body doesn't break down. But Tony, it's good to hear from you. How was your day, Tony? I do have a friend like that, and I'm thankful he holds me accountable. Aaliyah, these friends are golden. Ooh. I snorkel with neck stitches. Let me answer a couple of questions before I drop in the third point. Are there ways to stop yourself before you buy too much? Stop the urge. So, Angela, like I said, text the accountability group chat. So you're at Target, Walmart, Macy's, or wherever, and you're buying some things that you think you need, but you're not sure. Normally, when you're not sure if you need something or not, you probably don't need it, right? You probably don't need it. And a lot of the spending that we do nowadays is emotional. There's an emotion behind this spending, like I gotta buy this. You don't have to. You don't have to buy it. You just think you have to buy it. So you text somebody while you're at the store, and then that person text somebody who can get you straight. Somebody who can say, Angela, nah. We had this conversation 2 days ago or 2 weeks ago. We're not gonna do this again. My mom has always been fun and posted major ADHD. I got surgery and she took me to Hawaii days. Libby's always hilarious. I got called from the surgeon and he said, Libby, where are you? You need to get labs after surgery. I said, hey, doctor, I'm sorry, I'm in the North Shore of Oahu. Well, technically, you could find a Quest diagnostic somewhere in Oahu and they could send the results to Washington. So theoretically, I'm not sure when. Well, actually, even if this was a couple years ago, you could still do that. So I think Mama's impulsive decision to take you on vacation, I don't think it was the worst. I don't think it was the worst. Libby, is there a backstory, or did I miss a backstory, or Walmart is ridiculous. We need Apple Pay. That's a good strategy. I use cash lately in my wallet. It helps me say no to my daughter when she wants to impulse buy everything. It's helping out two people, your daughter and you. Rest day from the MMA. Tony, that's what's up. As guys, we have to take those rest days from the gym. Sometimes we either don't go to the gym at all or we get too locked in on the gym. I have a mini poo, mini pinscher, mini poodle, and 2 kitties. Oh, wow. Got a house full of pets. Leilani, what's up, Leilani? She's one of our moderators. My husband is my impulsivity accountability partner. He asks me why I always ask and always tell him I need him to tell me if I'm being impulsive or not. And it's good. When it's your spouse, that's a good setup because very few people know you as well as your spouse knows you. So they can normally set you straight. Oh boy, everybody texts me when I'm on live stream. Like I don't get text at all throughout the day. Well, I mean I do, but when you're on live, it's like everybody's texting. Oh my gosh! All right, I don't know how to take it off. So Libby did get the labs. Cool. Leilani says, ask yourself if it's a one-time use or if it's more than one-time use. How many times will you realistically use it? That's key. Okay, all right. I'm putting this thing off because I'm getting annoyed. And I'll get back to the text later, but like I don't know. This is not just me, and these are my friends' texts. Like I want to hear from them, but my phone will be silent for hours, and I'll go on live stream. It'll be just a blitz of text messages. I hate you. Brittany Villanueva says, "What about impulsiveness? Like when you're supposed to be working, and 15 minutes later you realize you're plucking your eyebrows." So, Brittany, I don't think this sounds like impulsivity. Um, it sounds kind of like a compulsive type of behavior, right? So, impulsivity is okay. I feel frustrated. I'm gonna lash out. I feel awful. I'm gonna go watch porn or something like that. I feel horny. I text my ex. I feel frustrated. I'm gonna punch this person. You know, impulsive. You haven't thought it all the way through. Now, compulsive behavior. It's more so like within that OCD type of spectrum. It's like, oh, compulsive. You do that behavior to relieve a certain way that you feel, and normally it's some type of underlying anxiety, right? Like like I feel a certain way. I gotta wash my hands. I'm working and something feels off, or my face doesn't feel right. I gotta pluck the eyebrows. And then with compulsive behavior, it's treated a little bit differently from impulsive behavior. Compulsive behavior, it's therapy too, but sometimes antidepressants and things like that. But compulsive behavior is is mixed with impulsive behavior quite frequently. Makes a lot of sense. Gotcha. Bifocus behavior, um, popping joints, picking skin, eyebrows. Leilani, yes, I didn't forget about that live. Did not forget about that live. Uh, Libby says, my doodle is half black. Oh, so your doodle is mixed. Sound like my son's. Apple Pay and online stuff has been a bad thing for me. But I'm also in a very, very tight budget. I see my budget on the wall and the amount I have left. It feels okay to use that. Online stuff is so hard for me to say no to, aka skip dishes. All right, so Chantel, you have to understand that with online shopping and like right now, I can be on this live right now, and I can click through Amazon, and I could buy a whole lot of stuff. And I think my card's attached to it. Just buy. Just send a whole lot of stuff to the house. Do I really need it? No. But it's become easier than ever to buy things online. So, you go on a website, you buy something, you forget about it. Then you get a notification. Hey, you left 3 things in your cart. Are you sure you want to say no to these amazing items? Right. So the whole, algorithm, for lack of a better term, is designed to get you to spend. So we have the internet here. We have, phones that we can use. Uh, these phones that we have are way stronger. We have more information on our phones than Bill Clinton did when he entered office, like 30 years ago. Actually, by the time Bill Clinton left office in '98, actually, I think it's 2000, whenever Bush took over. But by the time Bill Clinton was out of office, our iPhones the iPhones right now can give us more information than the president of the United States had just 24, 25 years ago. So we're just being slammed with so much information and the capability to do so much. So our brains haven't caught up to it yet. That's why y'all are on this live stream watching. And that's why, as I'm teaching about this stuff, I'm also thinking to myself how to learn how to use technology, because we really don't know how to use technology. And I believe that, at least for me, not that I'm some genius or guru, but I probably am 7, 10, 12 years ahead of the American Psychiatric Association, because in about 10 years from now, they'll come out with studies saying, hey, if you stay on Amazon or you stay on these sites for too long, your chances of impulse buying or overspending go up by this percent or whatever. I don't need them to tell me that. I don't have to wait that long for them to tell me that. I can see right now that certain sites, Amazon, things have just become so easy to obtain. So we have to regulate ourselves, and it starts with regulating our mood, and being able to be accountable to somebody, to something. It's very tricky, very tricky. And Libby, I know you remember it. Why am I? What's my eye today? What's my eye, y'all? Any ophthalmologists out there? Is my eye okay? I keep touching my eye. That 2000 election was too close to call. I remember that. Very interesting election. Is hoarding compulsive because it happens over time? Yeah, hoarding is hoarding would fall under the compulsive bucket of behaviors. Sarah, Sarah, I'm gonna call you Sarah today instead of Sierra. I'm sure you get that a lot. I keep wanting to say Sierra. I pop my wrist compulsively so much. It's usually the first thing I do when I wake up. And one morning I woke myself up by popping my wrist in my sleep. Mm. I do the same thing with my fingers. And, I like to get my joints out and I do this type of stuff. Let me see. They sure did try it. Temu is trying to create shopping addicts. That's what it is. It's that's what it is. It's a hair in my eye. I knew it. Did any of my eye doctors on Facebook catch that? It's a hair in my eye. It's a hair in my eye. Did I get it out? Someone said, bruh. I think I'm good now. I think I need y'all's help. Okay, no, I think I feel the hair again. I think I feel the hair again. Okay. All right, I'm good. It's collecting plants, hoarding. I prefer collector of things. Well, now it depends. Like hoarding, there's a line of demarcation where it goes from collecting to hoarding, and normally you would know. And even if you don't know, sometimes it takes somebody to come in and give us some insight. I can call many things. You have it right now. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. What's the line between collecting and hoarding? Once you get to the point where you start having to alter your life and alter things, and it becomes time consuming, uh, this collecting of the hobbies, once it starts to significantly impact your life in a negative way, then I would say we've crossed into hoarding. And normally you see that when you run out of space, or when you realize that you're running out of money by buying all this stuff. But it's going to significantly impact one, at least one side of your life. And then you're like, oh wow, this is not just collecting plants. Like this is something. I know a line was. That's funny. That's funny. Those whites are gorgeous. I appreciate it. I try and keep things out of them. In true neurodivergent fashion, I forget about the lies every time, to discover them every time they get excited. Well, Lisa, I would even call that neurodivergence. It's just I don't think Facebook is sending out my lives to everybody like they used to. Maybe it's an update, or maybe I haven't updated something on my end, but I don't know. Amazon has a Prime credit card through Chase Bank, so once again, you're banking with Chase, is living your life. Now Amazon slides a little credit card in there, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I got $1,000. I might need me a new coffee maker. I might need me a new camera, a new iPhone. You start thinking about all these things to buy. Don't let Amazon send me. So I like this. The line does not let Amazon send notifications. That's smart. Yeah, and Chantel, all this stuff is overwhelming. It's very overwhelming. I had a rabbit in her fur. It was so. Facebook always be turning the notifications off, and every time I want them on, they ask me if I wanted to keep them. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I've talked to Facebook about this before. I hope to solve this problem in this lifetime. All right. Now the third tip right here, I think Leilani already kind of touched on it a little bit. like 30 seconds ago. Modify behaviors to make it harder to be impulsive. How can you switch up your behaviors to make it a little bit harder to be impulsive? Okay, all right, something is actually in my eye. Let me go to the restroom and see what's in my eye. Because I feel like it's a hair. Oh yeah, I feel it. I feel it. One second. Let me see what's in my eye. What's in here? One second, chat. Damn. Can't just make it me on my eye. Oh boy. Hmm. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Whew. I got it, y'all. I got it. I got it. Y'all see my eye? We're good. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. All right, we're good. Praise the Lord. I can see now. Woo. It was all that blowing in my hands. All right. Don't leave the house is a way to not impulsively spend. All right, so before my eye started bugging, uh, I put the third tip in here, which is to modify behaviors to make it harder to be impulsive. All right, now what am I talking about when I say this? So earlier in the stream, Leilani talked about how she turned off her Amazon notifications so that way she wouldn't be tempted to buy things. That right there, that's a key way to actually, I'm sure Leilani's saving herself probably. Leilani, you let us know, but this would save me a lot of money. But I don't use Amazon as much as I used to. But when I first got Amazon Prime, I was so enthralled with the idea that I could look at something and I could get it in 2 days. And now I've been checking Amazon Prime. You can get something actually the very next day. I'll go shopping and I'll be looking for something, Walmart, Target, and then if I can't find it, I'll just get frustrated and say, all right, I'll just pull out Amazon. I'll be at the store, order it, boom, it'll come to the house tomorrow. I'm good, I'm Gucci. You know, if it's not CVS, I don't know how to shop anywhere and find things within like 10, 15 minutes. It's frustrating. And also, when you go around looking for all of the different things that you need, you know, you go through a store and like, ooh, they got cashews on sale. Okay, cool. They got these Nikes on sale. Okay, cool. You start to buy so much, right? I've had a reel with my husband a few times. I see all the chargers sitting. uh, no, it wasn't Zoe's under co-hair. Her hair doesn't get into my eyes. You can lock a debit card. You can actually lock a debit card, and you can lock a credit card too, to my knowledge. So those are all good ideas. But here's the thing with locking the debit and credit cards. You can unlock it on the app just as easy as you locked it. But this is still a good measure. You're making it harder to be impulsive. Sarah, I make a list before going shopping and then do online grocery pickup. No, this gets a love the show because this is so smart. I've thought about this sometimes. I haven't done it yet, but this is brilliant. You make a list, you do the shopping online as if you're doing DoorDash, and you go to Walmart or wherever, and then there's a pickup. Yeah, I'm sure there's cons to it because you might not get the thing that you wanted, and it's not exact, like precise or exact. But I think this is helpful if you know that going up and down, Ralph's or Kroger, will have you buying things that you don't need. So this is a fantastic idea. Fantastic idea. Change it. So look, Maynard Spaceship. I think. All right, you can change the pin. You can change the pin on the card, but like, what if you get into a situation where you really need your card and you're like, all right, I really need my card, and then you're stuck somewhere, and then you're pissed off because you don't know your own pin, and it sets off the fraud alert. And I guess if you have an accountability partner or spouse or somebody who knows the pin, that can be helpful. But just don't lock yourself out of your own account. You know, yeah, Target is very dangerous. Target is very dangerous. I went there about a month or two ago for just pillowcases, and I came out with like $300 worth of stuff, and I swore I needed it. Maybe I did. I probably didn't need it though. Ashley, what's going on? How you doing? Marie says I go to different stores, especially Target for um, find things, and I end up spending a few hours. Yeah, it shopping gives me anxiety too. I'll pull cash. Yeah. Okay. All right, I got you. And I think I saw that on the Dave Ramsey like YouTube video where he talked about using actual cash. I used to do this in school because I was obviously on a tighter budget then. But I'm about to start doing that too because sometimes I'll buy things like I hate buying things that I don't use. Like I've had to give away cameras, not because I had to give it away, but like my friends will come over, or my brother's friends will come over, and they're like, "Hey, I want to start making content or whatever," and I'm like, "Oh, I got 4 or 5 iPhones. You can I'm not using this one. I got this extra camera here, and I'll buy two of the same thing. I don't need, we're just wasting money. But if I used cash to buy those things, I would not have bought it because it's cash. Like, it's one thing to spend $300 on a card, and it's a whole other thing to pull out $300 in your hand. Like, oh my gosh, this is $300. Even though in today's economy, it seems like $300 doesn't go that far. But when you hold it, maybe put it in $20 bills because perception is reality, and you kind of do like a kid. If you give a kid, a lot of y'all have kids, give a kid $100 bill, and you give that kid five $20 bills. The kid will probably take the 5 20s. And if you give somebody 25s or $100 bill, the kid will take the 25s. Oh my God, all this money. So sometimes the way you present things to yourself, it makes it harder to spend all that money because it's like, oh wow, I have all this money. If I buy this item, I have to give up all these bills, and maybe it's a sensory thing, the way it feels, but most definitely it's a visual thing. So I'm a big fan of pulling out cash. Lisa says, you're right. That's why I still write checks for large amounts. When I feel the purchase, I'm more conservative. Yeah, that's what Dave Ramsey said. It's because spending money is an emotional thing, and that's how we get into trouble sometimes. If you're watching it shrink from your wallet, yeah. This has motivated me to go to the ATM tomorrow. Real talk, and just pull cash. Because if I had to give up the cash from my wallet every time I do DoorDash, I'd probably take a long break from DoorDash. Hamdia, as a Ghanaian adult who struggles with ADHD, coming across your channel has been a great insight. Well, thank you to the powers that be. Thank you to the algorithm gods and or whoever, however you found my channel. I'm happy that you're here. Yeah, the object permanence is big facts. Sarah, how you doing? I'm in Cornwall in the UK. Okay, that's what's up. UK family. What time is in the UK? It's probably like 4 a.m. out there. Takes away from family. I've actually walked out of Target a few times as well. Oh wow, wow. All right, Leilani, the next time you go to Target and you don't buy anything, record it so we can see that it's possible. I'm not sure that this has ever been done in the history of like humankind. Like nobody's ever done this to my knowledge. Go into a Target and walk out with nothing. It almost sounds suspicious, but I know you wouldn't lie. Every time I'm feeling impulsive, I go check out which stock to put more into. Oh, okay. If I'm going to spend the money, I might as well put in something useful, less regret. Right. Not a bad idea, Crystal. Use the same day delivery through Target. It takes 2 hours before my order arrives, but makes it easier to get necessities like specific foods. Uh, my kids was okay. That makes sense. And actually, I like this. Yeah, we can use it. The Discord that we already have set up, we can use it as a way to keep ourselves accountable. So the next time you want to, make a large purchase or do something, you're not sure if it's an impulsive decision. A lot of times, like I said earlier in the stream, if you think it's impulsive, it probably is impulsive, right? Leilani, okay. I have just never heard of somebody walk into a Target and then walk out without buying something. That's remarkable. I didn't know it was possible to do that, or window shop at Target, or just, but that, you might not have ADHD. You might have the best impulse control in the world. Myrna, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for having me here. Yeah. We need to be using cash. We need to be using cash. MD at 3:30 a.m. Okay, well, I'm happy that you're watching late at night. I gotta keep that in mind. I might start doing some, at some point I might throw some midday live streams and early morning streams for my UK boys and girls, my Australia, well, actually UK and Australia are different time zones, but Europe, Spain, UK is England. Y'all get the point. I'm about to say Northern Ireland. I'm like that's England too. Are you single? I'm married to the game. I'm married to the game. My 6-year-old daughter took $100 bill out of my purse a month ago. I have customers that pay cash and usually do bank jobs, but sometimes we'll set some cash aside in my purse or spending money. Yeah, and it's easier to keep 100 than to keep the 25s or 10s. But sometimes I like to break them up. Yeah, Rosalind. Yeah, we had somebody this stream go into Target and come out without a single thing. That's remarkable. That's remarkable. I had to go Target twice. Stay second to my left Target with only my prescription. CVS is. Yeah, so I know this because one of the CVSs that I go to a lot. When I'm doing my CVS videos, it's inside a Target. So yeah, when it makes it hard to buy what I just need, and I've also been bit by the Target bug, where I'll go to CVS with my CVS gift card that I received from CVS to buy the things that I need for the bill that I'm gonna make, and I look over in Target and I see that they got something going on over there and I want something. So yeah, that does make it kind of challenging. Oh yeah, Uber Eats, Uber Eats. DoorDash. I don't know if there's another one, but yeah, those things are. Yeah, I think I DoorDashed. I DoorDashed like what? Halal guys, maybe 2 hours ago. So I need to start, taking my own advice. Target needs to up the game. Yeah, we're almost at an hour. I ran out of water. I'm thirsty. Yeah. I ran out of water. But yeah, for the last 5 minutes, we should do random Q&A. We should random Q&A. I want to start doing that random Q&A. And when we keep these live streams at an hour, then that way I can keep going live every day. And I'll go live on TikTok afterwards too, because I didn't pay attention to my TikTokers that much. And on TikTok, and as a halal guys fan, yeah, I ain't got no water. I got some Diet Dr Pepper. I'm not gonna lie, this Diet Dr Pepper is a couple of days old, but we didn't do a water break, so let's do a water break now. I'll take some of this Diet Dr Pepper, and I know it might be nasty. I'm gonna drink it. You gotta see it through. I got to see it through. I'm gonna drink it. And those of y'all with ADHD will relate to having bottles around that have been there for a couple of days. I'm gonna drink it. I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier. Big cheers, y'all. Bacteria. She's a little impulsive. It might be, but I gotta see it through. I gotta see it through. Yeah, it's flat. I gotta see it through. I gotta Sprite in my car for a few days. Now, Dr. Pepper, actually, none of these sodas you can really drink days after, but I gotta see it through. But still, Sprite is the worst. Camel hydration pack. Just remember to drink water. Yeah, I drank the water. Maybe drank too much of it. The line says, I struggled with impulsive spending when I was younger, but it's taken years of brain training and self training and constant checking in with my husband to get where I am now. And Leilani, having a husband, I think for you has probably helped with some of the impulsivity. And having a spouse that is able to check you, and you can also check them, hold them accountable, is a game changer. Cheat code. And depending on what you're dealing with, it's probably not a cheat code. It's probably a necessity. Yeah, November 23rd is my birthday. Don't do it. Go get water. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna get some water. You gotta be using the water bottle. Can't you? Oh yeah. Yeah. I think I left that one back home. Yeah, I gotta use that one. I gotta use that one. Roland Money, I was surprised to read that you've been a comedian, but I'm not surprised because I think you're very entertaining besides educational and informative. Rosalind, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Next show is April 27th at the Fourth Wall Comedy Club in Hollywood, in California, in Los Angeles. So I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Rosalind, eyesight out of mind. It's a life necessity, but yeah, ADHD cheat code. Getting SAG vibes. So Maynard, I don't know what, like, some people will say, oh, like you act like a Sagittarius, but I've also look now. I might be getting off SAG vibes, but I've tricked a couple of folks. Like whenever like people are like, oh, what's your horoscope, whatever, or they say like, when's your birthday? I'll say June 15th, and they'll be like, oh, you're a Gemini. Oh, you act just like a Gemini. I knew it. I said no. My birthday's November 23rd. I was just playing with you to see what you're gonna say. So I'm not sure how accurate they are, but they might be accurate. Scorpio, no wonder I'm with you. Scorpio here too. I act like a Sagittarius. Look, there could be some truth to it. There could be some truth to it. Anna is around the cusp of being a late Scorpio, November 22nd. Is November 22nd a Scorpio or a Sagittarius, y'all? Because I'm not sure. Like, what's the what's the criteria? Okay, Maynard, yeah, I like to pull a fast one on folks because they didn't see it coming. November 22nd is not a Libra. Or maybe Brittany, are you saying you're a Libra? November 22nd is a Sagittarius? Is that what I'm hearing? Okay. I'm a Taurus, and I definitely act like it. Make a deal. I'm drinking them. You get a water bottle, not shoot for 1.5 daily. Gotcha. Yeah, Kendra said that to me, so I need to put it to use. So November 22nd is a Scorpio, cusp of both. And that's too confusing. According to my chart, Scorpio Sun Gemini moon, Pisces rising. I don't even know what that means, y'all. I have no idea what that means. Apparently, there's a line like when it's close to others, you're definitely Scorpio. Okay, okay. I gotta learn about this. And then Ashley saying November 22nd is the Sagittarius. So yeah, this is confusing. Capricorn, airheaded Aquarian with Capricorn personality traits. Libra, Scorpio, I believe ends November 21st. All right, so for Anna, all right, Anna. So you're 31. So your whole life, have you been living your whole life? Anna's on TikTok, by the way. Have you been living your whole life thinking that you're a Scorpio, and you just now found out today that you're a Sagittarius? Hmm? Yeah, I'm a Sagittarius, Leilani, because that's when I was born. You can make me send a week. It means more than we realize. Okay, astrology is super complicated. No, Lauren, I'm learning. I'm learning this right now. I'm a Sagittarius daughter, December 7th. No, you're December 7th, and your daughter is November 28th. So she's definitely a Sagittarius. Brittany said, "Oh, okay." And you have ADHD too, Brittany. What's the fun about being a Capricorn? Look, I couldn't tell the difference between a Capricorn and a candy corn. They're all the same to me, but apparently people are like, you know, this is why I'm this way because I'm a Capricorn or a Libra. I'm like, I don't know about that. We seem like assholes, but this week. Okay, well, I mean, if enough people say it's true, something about it is valid. I'm a Sagittarius rising, Aries moon, Aries sun, Gemini moon. Uh, okay, it's my birth month. Feel like I'm coming out of hibernation. Okay, okay, okay. And Anna thought she was a Sagittarius a couple of years ago. Got it. Let me answer this question, and then we'll move the party over to TikTok. Um, what type of doc should someone see when they are seeking a diagnosis? Oh, Arcelisa, by the way, I said that I'm gonna make a video about this. I got a couple of skits that I want to make about this topic. Because you have to make it a certain way for it to reach people, and also I'll have a video where because some people in my community just want a sit down video, like, all right, Kojo, I'm tired of the skits. I'm tired of the girls in LA that we think are your girlfriends or your wives or whatever. Just tell me how to get a diagnosis. So I have a sit down video where I just walk you through it. But when you're seeking an ADHD diagnosis, uh, not to confuse you, but you should take the most linear path, and that would be for most people their primary care provider. So the person you go to for physicals every year, PCP, the person that's in network for you. So this is normally a family medicine doctor, you know, um, or a family nurse practitioner or a family um, physician assistant. This person is the one who you go to for your labs and checkups, but they can also diagnose and treat ADHD. A lot of people don't even go to a mental specialist or psychiatrist or any type of psych provider for mental medications. They normally go to a PCP. So that's the most linear way. And if you think you have ADHD, it's going to take you, if you do have ADHD, but even if you think you have it, then it's going to take all these different steps to get the help. So why don't we just do the most linear thing? Just take the most linear path to get a diagnosis, right? So that's what I would say, the most linear path. You know, there you go, PCP. And look, you can go to a psychologist for a diagnosis, but the reason why I never say that as the first, thing that comes to my mind is because with psychologists, yes, they can diagnose you, but they can't prescribe the medications, and that's so key because that's another step. You go to a psychologist, and it's also more expensive too. We gotta save some money. You go to a psychologist for a diagnosis. They diagnose you with ADHD. Of course, they can give you therapy and all that. But and now meds aren't for everybody, but meds can be some of the biggest game changers when it comes to ADHD. So you get the ADHD diagnosis. Now you still have to go find a psych provider to get the script. Whereas if you just went to your PCP or somebody who could write the script, if you needed it from the jump, you've cut so many steps, right? So with ADHD, it takes so much effort to transition from one thing to another. You want to just take the most linear path. Lauren says my kid's PCP diagnosed him. I mean, it was a PCP who diagnosed me when I was 26 too. So that was the most linear path for me too. I was in school. I didn't have any extra money to pay for like a private psychiatrist. You know, I'm a college student. I ain't got no money for that. So PCP, good way to go. No worries, and thank you. I live in a town that's very challenging in terms of access to quality and speed medical care. Lisa, no problem. And sometimes telehealth. I think we should be doing more in this country with telehealth because there's so many people who don't have access to care. And I just looked at my DMs, so I know this very well. In Canada, though, it's hard to find. I had to advocate and getting my diagnosis through a psychologist, which went through benefits, but it usually costs upwards of $2,000. $2,000. I now go to a regular doctor and psychiatrist. So Chantel, we should just clip this part right here, as in, like, we just clip this from the live stream as an example of why you should go to your PCP. Nothing against the psychologist, but it costs you $2,000. $2,000. You know how many PlayStations I can get like 30 million copies of Madden 25 for $2,000. But I mean, if you have it, cool. But I always try and recommend the most linear and the most cost-effective way. Sarah, hey, this is a pretty dope live stream. And once again, nothing against psychologists. The psychology branch is still super cool. But this is the most linear path. Let's make things easy on ourselves, right? Oh, so Rosalind, you like the skits? All right, cool. Then we'll do the skits. Like I look at the numbers, and the videos do better when you put a pretty lady at the beginning of it versus when you see my face, right? So that's when I go out and I'm like, hey, and you're a model, come over here, I need you, or boom, boom, I need you the first 3 seconds of the video, and this is some background information. Pretend like you have ADHD or anxiety. A lot of times they have it, and I'm like, all right, cool. Then just act as if you're you on a daily basis, and we can make the skit. I like the skits too, Rosalind. So I'm a big fan of the skits. U.S. we will increase in mental facilities. Yeah. California, we definitely don't have enough, but that's everywhere. Oh, a lot of love for the skits. Okay, I'm excited. Ooh. I got some skits in the works. Okay, a lot of love for the skits. I'm excited. My PCP will refuse to give me any ADHD medicine, which is why I have to go to a psychiatrist. And Charlie, some PCPs are not comfortable prescribing stimulants. I don't know why. They act like it's the boogeyman. They act like if they, prescribe a patient some Adderall, they're gonna start hearing voices, or I don't know. People just get so scared. People play scary. People scary. The person on TikTok asking me about Latuda. I mean, I can't recommend it for anybody, but I've had Latuda work for some of my patients. I can say that. Yeah, Ashley on TikTok, I'm gonna definitely be me. And TikTok, I'm gonna get to y'all. I know I haven't been giving y'all the most attention. The skits help me understand my husband's son. Okay, all right. I'm excited. We got a lot of love for the skits. All right, I'm with it. Jessica, this is a regular thing. Like this live stream, it's a regular thing. Every day at 6 o'clock California time, 7 o'clock Utah time, 8 o'clock Dallas, Nashville time, 9 o'clock New York, Atlanta time. This is gold. Gina, I hope this is gold, and I hope this is useful information for you all. I try to show your videos to my mom and siblings, and it was my way of explaining my disorder and for her to relate to you, as I told her that you were Ghanaian. MD, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And maybe I need to show my mom my videos, because sometimes My mom doesn't get it. I'm about to show my mom my own videos. So I appreciate you. Lauren, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a good night. Um, Let me ask you these last few questions before we go to TikTok. I'll get to you in a second. Do you think PCPs not wanting to prescribe supplements is because of their personal stigma or policies within the facility med group that they practice in? This is actually an outstanding question. So, a lot of times, believe it or not, PCPs are misinformed. They think that, oh, if I prescribe this person a stimulant, they're going to become addicted to it. No, you build tolerance as it is with any medication. But sometimes they can have a personal stigma against it. Keep in mind that as providers, we have to check ourselves. The best thing that we can do for our patients is to pour into ourselves. If we're not right within, we're going to project how we feel, even subconsciously. So if a PCP has had a family member who was on Vyvanse, and that family member was like, "Oh, it changed my personality," they may not be as you know um, excited to prescribe the medication, or they may want to avoid stimulants altogether. And a lot of groups and practices have they have rules against prescribing stimulants because maybe somebody prescribed it too much or just started giving out Vyvanse like it's candy. I know a lot of practices have like rules that here we don't prescribe benzos. I get that though. Um, but even then, sometimes you do need benzos. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like benzos, but sometimes if somebody's having like awful panic disorder, I don't think you let them suffer. But you don't give Xanax to somebody who they're a little anxious, but they just want a little bit of help with anxiety. You don't give them Xanax. But this is a really good question, Leilani, and I gave this some thought before. I mastered masking. I don't know how to get real help. My therapist has never offered me help with my ADHD before now, as well learn to unmask or anything. What should I do next if I don't agree with their testing results? Ask them why they, diagnosed you with what they diagnosed you with, or why they didn't give you a diagnosis, and then get a second opinion if you're, still not satisfied. Um, my favorite podcast. Uh, what's my favorite podcast? So I listen to A Z Sports Nashville because I like the Titans. So it's something I'm into. I don't know if y'all are gonna be into it. Maybe in the comment section you'll find some more similarities of people who like what you like. What do I listen to? Sometimes I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast. Just for a lot of the stuff on there, I don't necessarily agree with, but the line of thinking is very expansive. It's interesting to me, but those are long podcasts. I don't always finish them. Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay, I like that because I like sports. And Shannon Sharp has a podcast with Chad Ochocinco, The Nightcap. I like that. I watch that because they time it after big sporting events, so it just feels like the next natural thing to watch after the women's championship game. Those are some of my favorite podcasts. I know of Trent Shelton, but I'm not sure what podcast he has. Um, Russell Brand. I haven't listened to any of his podcasts in a while. Um, I know sometimes it's out of a provider's hands, so it's nice to see that. Uh, yeah. And that's just a really good question. It's a really good question. My NP uses Wellbutrin for ADHD symptoms and prescribed it to me for that reason. I think I need more, but she prescribes me Xanax over 2 years. I don't get it. Sarah, look, I don't get it either. And people practice the way that they practice. So people have their own personal philosophies. Uh, I don't know that this one makes sense to me, Sarah. But like, I'm not commenting on anybody's style of care, because my lawyer wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that, and I gotta stay in my lane. But yeah, I believe different. But we all are entitled to believe what we want to believe. Yeah, I gotta be careful with that one. I gotta be careful with that. I'm a veteran and having trouble getting the right help with medication. So, Sufi, first and foremost, thank you for your service. And I did some of my training at the VA, and I feel like there's a lot more that we could do for veterans. Um, and unfortunately, that's where it ends for me. So, as I know more, I want to figure out how we can do more for veterans. I mean, I have a voice and a platform, so even just making videos talk about veteran mental health, I think can be a good start. So thank you for mentioning that, Sufi. Sufi, make sure I said it correctly. Andrew Huberman, I've listened to some of his stuff. It is very interesting too. My bands for 6 years. Okay, worst I've ever felt. And Carrie, sometimes you have to try different meds because I mean, look, if you're feeling depressed off of something that was supposed to help you focus, you might have to make a switch. Lisa, this is hilarious. I love this comment. You having naturally just losers is not like you. The Titans and Joe Rogan. Yeah, look, the Titans have sucked for a lot of years, and I can get. I'm a Titans fan through and through. And also, a lot of people in the medical community don't like Joe Rogan. They say he spreads misinformation. Some of this stuff is not accurate. I will say that, but I like interesting things. I like comedy. But if Joe Rogan put out some information that was not accurate, I will call it out. That's the difference between me and everybody else. So I'll still listen to it. But if it's inaccurate, I don't care if you're Joe Rogan or Slow Rogan. I mean, whoever, because I'm just gonna say the truth at whatever cost. But I like his delivery of information. I think it's entertaining. Um, you did say my name right. Okay, Sufi. I wanted to make sure I said it correctly. I'm getting a neuropsych exam. I hope that will help too. Uh, Psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner with a doctorate degree. Those are my credentials. So the DNP, where the doctor comes from for the Dr. Kojo, Doctor of Nursing Practice degree, specialty in psychiatry and mental health. And it's actually a newer degree. I didn't even know about it before I did it. But I graduated from Augusta University in 2019. And then after that, I went to Southern Virginia for a year and a half. And I was doing forensic psychiatry out there. And that's when I started TikTok. And then about maybe a year later, at that point, I had like 400,000 TikTok followers. I'm like, okay, I'm going to move to LA and do this full time. And I moved to LA, and then, we just kind of got bigger from there. All right. And Leah on TikTok, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Your videos calm me down. Leah, I appreciate you. Means a lot to me. And so Hamdia, sertraline, Zoloft, when it comes to antidepressants, I don't think it would affect a neurodivergent person differently than it would affect anybody else who's depressed. So that's what I'll say on that. But it depends on why you're prescribing Zoloft. Keep in mind, you can prescribe one medication for 3 different things. You can prescribe Zoloft for depression. You can prescribe it for anxiety. You can prescribe it for premature ejaculation. So the indication is, it can vary just depending on whatever it was prescribed for. Ray, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And there's a lot of love in my DMs and in the comment section. All the love and the support. I really appreciate you all. It's like I don't want to call it a second family. It is family, and y'all, this is the fuel that I need to keep making more videos. All right, and so Sufi, check out this comment by Leilani over here. And good vibe on TikTok. I appreciate you as well. I'm about to come on TikTok and have my TikTok live stream. I got my speaker behind. We're gonna play some Bob Marley. We're gonna vibe out. We're gonna do some dancing. We're gonna have some fun. So I'm excited. Sufi's a dope name. I was on Cymbalta at 13. Okay. Right. Well, welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you. And we do use things like Cymbalta, duloxetine for anxiety. Hopefully it's helpful. I've advanced for over 10 years with the new test results saying I don't have ADHD. They want to take me off of it. What coping skills can I use for ADHD symptoms since they... Ooh. What? All right, so TikTok, I'm about to get on, but Charlie, you're saying new testing results. See, what new testing results? I'm a bit lost. New testing results. Because once you have ADHD, you don't unhab it. you don't grow out of it, you know. So I'm just a little bit lost, just a little bit lost. Uh, you don't grow out of ADHD. So how can you have? I was diagnosed for over 25 years. My new testing says I don't have ADHD. All right, okay. I keep my comments to myself because I'm just y'all's friend here on Facebook. And I don't want to interfere with anybody's personal care, but I you know, your question was, I feel like you're gonna spiral out of control, spiral out of routine. So what I would say is, even if you're taking out the medication, ask your providers, hey, can you provide me with something equivalent now that I can't get this medication anymore? Uh, and ask them, to explain why you don't have ADHD anymore. That would be important to ask. Actually, I would start off with that, and then and if you don't agree with their new diagnosis, then I will go to another provider, which I know can be difficult. But I'll go to another provider and explain your situation and see if you can get reassessed and get the appropriate help. Uh, but sorry to hear about this. Uh, yeah, 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 Charlie. Yeah, I have some personal thoughts about it, but I've just never seen someone have ADHD for 25 years and not have it anymore. But once again, I wasn't there for the full, exam, and so like, my all my rights are like, like, yeah, like I don't know anything, so um, yeah, I don't know anything. Um, uh, yeah, that's just interesting. I feel like so many. Charlie, yeah, but ask them to explain to you why you don't have ADHD anymore. I would definitely do that because every person has a right to get an explanation for their diagnosis. Um, I feel like so many providers are changing things up with the medication shortages. Yeah, now I wouldn't change the diagnosis, but like if you can't get Adderall and your patient wants to try Wellbutrin, I would do something like that. I'm starting a new med to replace Lexapro that I've been taking for 11 years. I'm nervous AF. Well, Gina, you're gonna be nervous because this is a big change, but you gotta give yourself credit for trying. All right, let me answer this question and then I'll get on uh, TikTok. And Sufi, there's a veterans group called Veterans to Veteran uh, on Facebook. So see if you can join that. That's Leilani's recommendation. Greens, I had treatment resistant BPD. My doctor has been slowly increasing my vitamins from 10 or up to 30. It's still a low dose and I'm not having side effects, but he wants to hold it there for 2 more months. Is there something wrong? Or is something wrong? So, Allison, first of all, I have to preface whatever I'm going to say by saying that I'm just y'all's friend down here. I'm not even Dr. Kojo. I'm just y'all's friendly neighborhood, friend. Uh, so, a couple of things. I don't think there's anything wrong if your provider wants to hold you there for 2 months. Maybe they want to see how well you do at that dose, knowing that people develop tolerance to a certain dose over time. So I can definitely see why they think that. Um, Vyvanse, you can go up to 70 milligrams on Vyvanse. So you have wiggle room to go up if you need to go up. But a lot of providers, myself included, believe that the lowest amount of medication that you need to achieve the desired result is what we should do. So, maybe they're holding you at 30 to see how well you do with it over time, instead of just going from 30, 40, 50 and going up higher. So that could be what's going on here, because you will build tolerance to it. That's just any medication, and especially a stimulant. You build tolerance to it. So if somebody started Vyvanse at 10 milligrams and they've been on it for like 5, 10 years, they're probably not on 10 milligrams anymore. Eventually you go to 20 and 30 and so on and so forth. So nothing is wrong here, Allison. I actually, I'm able to, this looks linear to me. It makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. All right, Leilani, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And also, I've been telling my TikTokers that I'm going to go over there. So we will continue the show on TikTok. I'm going to be bumping my Bob Marley. I feel like I'm in a Bob Marley mood tonight, which is almost every night. So I will be answering the same questions over here that I'm doing right now on TikTok. If you can't make it over, a good night, and I hope to see you on tomorrow's live stream. Tomorrow's live stream is Wednesday, so y'all know what Wednesdays are. Wednesdays are the mental health live speed dating live streams. So, if you're single, you're looking for your person, or if you know somebody that's looking for their person, come on through to the live stream tomorrow on Wednesday. It's gonna be the speed dating. So, I told a couple of friends about it, coworkers, a couple of folks. Come on out Wednesday night. Wednesday night and find your person. So, good night. Lou Sarah's coming up here. Good night. I see you all either tomorrow, 6 o'clock West Coast time, 9 o'clock Eastern time, or I'll see you in 5 minutes on TikTok. Peace. Take care.